Good afternoon. I'm meeting today with Rick Doane, Executive Director of Interfaith Social Services located in Quincy, Massachusetts. Good afternoon, Rick.
Thanks. Thanks for coming and interviewing me.
Well, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions about Interfaith Social Services. First of all, what is it? What is it that you do?
Well, Interfaith Social Services, we like to call ourselves a one-stop shop for families in need. So when people come through our door, pretty much whatever they're in need of, we can help them with it. We are South Shore specific, so we just serve the 10 communities in the South Shore. We have a food pantry. We have a counseling center, the New Directions Counseling Center. We have a thrift shop. We have our Home Safe program, which helps prevent homelessness and helps with some utility assistance for families in need. We also have a career closet, so individuals that are trying to return to the workforce but might not have the professional clothing that they need. And especially in the atmosphere we're in right now, there's people that are completely switching what type of work they're in, where they're going into a completely different field, and so they might need that professional attire they didn't have before. So they can come in here and get it for free. We get donations from all over the community. Our New Directions Counseling Center has a sliding fee scale, so independent if you can afford insurance and the therapy you need or not, you can come in and we can help everybody that comes through our doors. And one of our biggest programs is our food pantry. Last year we distributed over 20,000 bags of food to families in need on the South Shore of Massachusetts.
Wow. And now when you keep saying coming through our doors, does someone come, is it always physically through your doors? Or?
Yeah, it's we get referred from many different sources. We are an interfaith organization, so we have a lot of contact with the houses of worship on the South Shore. So if a parishioner goes to their pastor or rabbi or whoever and needs help, that church or synagogue might not have the ability to help that person. And so they can refer them to us. And we can help them get the food or counseling or assistance that they need.
And you also, it's very community focused, is that?
Very.
Okay.
We could not fulfill our mission without our volunteers. We have an entire volunteer board of directors, just like all nonprofits. But our board of directors is incredibly involved. The president of our board is here every Tuesday and Thursday giving out food to pantry clients. We have tons of volunteers. We have 100 volunteers that help run our front desk, our thrift shop. They're entirely volunteer run. We don't have any staff members in our thrift shop. It's just volunteers. And our front desk answering the phone, it's always a volunteer that greets everybody that comes through the door. That is important to us as an organization because we rely on our volunteers and they become part of a family. We all come to, we have cookouts together and we have fun and we throw birthdays and it's just a big family, and that was very important to me, having that atmosphere. And we couldn't do it without them.
Now, in your experience in either international or statewide or community-based nonprofits, what are some of the challenges that you've seen and currently seeing in being in the nonprofit sector?
It's the fine line of trying to run a business while still maintaining the community support. I think when you run that risk, of becoming corporate, when you become corporate, when you lose that grassroots, community-based feel, you start to lose some of your main support. You have to go other places to look for it. And what I love about Interfaith is it is so community-based. We have so many fundraisers that are grassroots, that we get small items donated from all these businesses, and then we combine them and auction them off, and we have local businesses coming to our fundraisers, and we have a local bank in Holbrook. Every week they send over paid employees to volunteer at our food pantry, where they have that spirit of that community giving, that they're sending their employees over because they want them to have that experience. You wouldn't get that in a big nonprofit. It's only in that local nonprofit that you really get that.
Wonderful. Now, as far as on the community level, I know you've only been here for 4 months, but do you see some challenges just as a nonprofit?
Sure. As a nonprofit, we're a business, and there's competition. And, so one of the biggest challenges is making ourselves stand out. We have a benefit walk that we've been hosting for, I think it's close to 30 years. But everybody has a walk these days, so it's trying to make ours unique. How is ours different? And marketing it as such. And retaining the same support we have will bring in fresh groups and faces and donors. When we've been around for 60 years, and so as the organization has been around that long, you tend to get stuck in ruts. You tend to end up doing the same thing. You have the same donor pool, the same group of people, and so you forget to reach out and bring in new people until situations happen like right now, where you have an economic crisis. And then you really have to go out and reach for other people to bring them in and help educate them about the organization and cultivate them as donors.
Okay. Do you have any personal goals, or not just goals, but changes that you'd like to see, or additional fundraisers, or ways to overcome that challenge?
I really love this organization. I love the things that they're doing, the mission that they have. So fundamentally, no big changes. Day to day, definitely. Everybody needs to buy into the business approach to running a nonprofit. The customer service aspect, where remembering that even if we're not selling people a product, we still need to offer that same level of customer service. We actually had the experience one time where this couple came through the doors, and I don't know how many funders do this. This couple came through our doors and they started asking questions as if they were going to get services, as if they needed food and needed other services. And our volunteer at the front desk gave them all the information they need, and as they were walking out, the volunteer overheard them say, well, they passed. And, and said a couple other things where some funder felt it was important to send someone out and see and test us.
See how you treat your constituents.
Exactly. And so, after an experience like that, you can't help but think about everybody that walks through that door, every phone call you get. And it doesn't matter, even if that person could be a potential major donor, or if that person just got kicked out of their home, it doesn't matter. And that person that got kicked out of their home needs that empathy and support so much, and we're one of the only groups offering it. So,
excellent. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about Interfaith Social Services, about yourself?
We have one of the programs that is growing, and I think that it's a growth opportunity for us, is our thrift shop, where for years our thrift shop, it's always done well and it's all volunteer run. But lately we've been seeing a lot of new clients. We've been a lot of new shoppers, but at the same time we've been receiving a lot of support from the community. So that's been an important way to let people know about our resources, where we're looking for ways to make ourselves different, because that's what we have to do. In marketing ourselves as a nonprofit, as a business, we need to look for what makes us different from all the other groups out there, and that's one of the things. And so we are going green by recycling clothes. Excellent. And we are, using that as a way to bring new shoppers in, where they can come in, find out about us, and if they need resources, if they're shopping for low-cost clothing, chances are they're going to need some of the resources we provide. They might need food in an emergency or utility assistance. And so now that they've come through our shop doors and bought some low-cost items, they know about our other resources. And so we can help them in times of need. And, our support really comes from the community. And the only way that we can get that is through the fundraisers that we do. Coming up on December 3rd, we have our Feed the Hungry event. It's our 12th annual event. And we have live music. We have a great dinner at Lombardo's. But it's the community coming together. It's local banks, local merchants, it's families. Coming together for a good time to support a great cause. And we couldn't do it without the community that comes together. It's going to be my first Feed the Hungry, but I've heard from everyone how much fun it is.
Yeah, it is a great event.
Good. And so I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited to see everything coming together, and the letters we get in and the support. It's incredible.